Hey guys, it's me, Preet, aka that Pokemon Boy, and today will be week 6 of the IEP Mauville Magneton battles. And week 6 was the week that everything kind of came full circle, so it was pretty much a repeat of all the matches everybody had in week 1. So, with that in mind, the two matches I had were against the Blackthorn Rage, and who are coached by Zario, and the Pastoria Pure Power, who are coached by Amir. So this would be our third battle against each one. Now, the first time against Zario I won, and the second time I lost. And the way I lost the second time was disappointing for me, because I felt as if I should have been better than losing, because I felt as if I should have won that game. With that in mind, I knew what could win me the game, and I knew that that would be Mega Absol. So I brought Mega Absol. I also hadn't brought Superior yet against Zario, so I decided to bring Superior, see how that worked out. And the rest is pretty much the same. Talonflame, Latias, Mega. No, this time also I brought the normal Life Orb Latias rather than Mega Latias. I've still got the Time Scroll and the Powder. So to start things off, I lead Talonflame as he leads Starmie. I pull a hard switch there. The reason I did that was because I didn't have enough speed to outspeed Timid Starmie, because basically beforehand I checked his team and I said, if I run Jolly, do I outspeed everything? Sorry, if I run Adamant, do I outspeed everything with Talonflame? 252, and 252 it brings the speed up to 251, which is enough to outspeed base 110s and below. And I had completely forgot that Starmie is base 115. He predicts, hits the ice beam. Now the thing here is, I thought Superior would outspeed, because for some reason I thought he might be a bulky spinner and therefore he wouldn't be running Timid. But he does, and he kills the Starmie, the Superior. Starmie kills the Superior, I should say. And I bring in Absol here. I decide to Swords Dance here, as you will now see, because I thought he would switch. But he went for a Reflect type, which basically means Starmie is now Dark type. And that was a brilliant move on his part, because it means I can't OHKO him with Knockoff. I can't OHKO him with Sucker Punch, even at +2. Nothing can OHKO this Starmie. So I decided to go for another Swords Dance, as you'll see now, and got it up to +3. That time I lost the speed tie. I win it here with Stone Edge, kill the Starmie, as he brings in Shuckle, and luckily because I was +3 I could pretty much kill everything left on his team. As you'll now see, Shuckle goes down, he brings in Metagross. I can Sucker Punch to Metagross because he might Bullet Punch, and that would probably kill in this range. Get a good KO there. He brings in the Latios. It didn't matter, Knockoff would still kill even though he was Mega, because it's +3 from Absol. I mean, it's just brilliant. Knockoff, take the White Herb off, and Knockoff again. So yeah, I could have Sucker Punched, I guess, on the Latios, but it made more sense to Knockoff in case he tried to Calm Mind. So yeah, there wasn't a lot. This wasn't a long game. This was probably the shortest game I've had, 10 turns. Yeah, it probably is the shortest game I've had, 10 turns. But it was kind of won and lost in the beginning, with the Reflect type and the Swords Dances, which could have gone either way. If I lost that initial, if I lost the second speed tie, you know, then it probably would have been his game then. 4-6 down, not a lot going for me. But yeah, I was happy to get a win, which basically solidified my status at the top of the conference. Gave me a bit of a healthy lead, which is good, because it basically means I can afford to lose a couple of games down the line and still be top of the conference, which is what I want. Next game was against the Pastoria Pure Power, as you shall now see. Okay, so he brought the Mega Diancie, Pavilion, Curum B, Landorus, Cloyster, and his I always forget the name. Whimsicott. He brought the Whimsicott. But he leads with the Diancie as I lead with Talonflame. I decided to bring Talonflame, Gather, Hippowdon, Tentacruel, Superior, and Latias, Mega Latias. So it's basically the same team I brought against him week 4, I want to say. Week 4, week 3, maybe. Basically the last time I played him, I brought the same team. And with this, my plan was to change the sets up, but keep the Pokemon the same. So instead of going for dual screen Superior, I went for the AV variant. Eviolite Gyro didn't change, except I think I may have run bulk up on it this time. That was 3 attacks, Latias rather than the Carmine set, still choice Talonflame, and then the defensive core. He switches out into Viridian as I U-turn out. That was a great play, because the reason I say this is because he's also sashed, which basically means if he's sashed, he can afford to take the hit from my Talonflame with Brave Bad. But I'm pretty sure he knew there's no way I was going to Brave Bad on a Diancie who was probably going to Mega Evolve in Diamond Storm. So he predicted the U-turn and went into the Pavilion. Great play. I come into Superior, hit a HP Ice, I think it is, as he Hurricanes, does a very good amount. I don't quite get the kill, but I do the next time as I just hit another one. He can then afford to bring Kyurem B as I switch out, go into Gerda. He Fusion Bolts, does a decent amount as he now switches back into Diancie. I went for a knockoff, which I think again he predicted, as I go into Powerdon expecting a Diamond Storm. He Moonblasts, does a fair bit, and I have to switch out again as I go into Tentacruel. He Moonblasts here as well. And it's at this point he Earth Powers as I go for a Scold. And I get the burn. Burn was important because it means I can take Diamond Storms a lot better. I switch out into Gerda as he goes for a Diamond Storm. I think he saw the Talonflame coming in. I Mach Punch and kill. He now brings in the Landorus as Latias comes in. He Psychics, which I saw coming from our last game. I then put a double back into Talonflame as he goes for the knockoff. Knocks my choice band off, and that is huge because that basically means a couple of things I would have been able to OHKO, I can't now. And it also means I'm basically not as hard hitting, and it kind of means that I have to play a lot more carefully with Talonflame now, because the good thing with Talonflame is, and the reason I picked it and the way I've used it throughout, towards the end of the game when there's tired mons, you can come in with Talonflame and get a couple of kills and win the game. But without choice band, that's a bit harder to do. I U-turn out the next time knowing I would outspeed. Go into Latias, he takes the Psychic for me again. He pulls into Whimsicott here as I Mega Evolve and click Surf. This Whimsicott coming in was not a problem for me because I could go into Superior and take the Spin Spore. And I've also got the HP Ice or Fire on this. As he goes into Kyurem B, I miss a Leaf Storm. That actually, looking back on it, that didn't make a difference because I missed that, so I wanted to go into Gerda. He outrages, kills my Gerda. I decide to go into Latias, and I find out he Scarfed. That is why the Superior miss made a difference. Because if Superior hit the Leaf Storm and went +2, I would have then thought, okay, I can now click HP Ice and kill him, and I would have been able to, but then I would have seen him click Outrage, he would have outsped, and I could have played around that, because if I knew he was Scarfed then, I could have then sacked Gerda, or gone into Hippowdon and slapped off, but I couldn't do that because I had no confirmation he was Scarfed, and going into Latias to kill this thing was the best thing, in my opinion, to do. But obviously that didn't work out, as he goes for the next Outrage, and I can slack off. The Sang comes in, obviously he's confused, so he decides to switch out into Whimsicott, fine by me because I went for Rocks anyway. And I pull into Tentacle here, as he goes for the Stun Swarm, misses. The reason I didn't go into Superior is because I thought he would have seen the Superior coming and wouldn't go. I thought he might sub or something like that. I set T-Spikes. I'm fine with him with the Leech Seed because I've got Liquid Ooze. So he'll take that damage as he sets the sub up. I Rapid Spin my seeds away and get some back. Now I go into Powder on here as he decides to Stun Spore. Wasn't too big of a deal for me as long as, because I could eat a couple of hits, so as long as eventually I moved it was fine. But I Raw straight away, which was good because it poisons this Cure B. The problem I had here was the thing that could take hits from this was on seeds, so he'd constantly get health back. That's why I decided to go into Tentacle, sack the Tentacle, and as you can see I don't have much to take this Scarfed Cure B on. He clicks Outrage, I slack off, and he clicks over, he's stuck into Outrage, so I can just slack off and let Poison whittle him down. He got it a bit early here, I think. No, he didn't. That was the third time. He goes for Outrage again as I Roar, which basically means next time coming in, the Cure B dies to rocks. Whimsicott is at a range now where he can't really do much. I was paralyzed, I wouldn't move there. That was fine by me. I was happy with just roaring wherever I wanted to go. Cure B comes in. That goes down to the rocks, so effectively it's 3 on 3. He brings... Is it 3 on 3? Yep. The Diancie was dead. Sorry, he Rapid Spun away with the... He Rapid Spun, I should say, away with the Cloister. I was stuck into Raw, and that was good for him, because it basically meant a lot of these things were coming in fresh. And Leech Seed was making sure of that. He goes for the Focus Blast here, does a lot. As I go for the rocks, die to the seeds. I bring in Superior here, and it's pretty much now I need to get big damage done with this Hidden Power Ice. The other two I can take. I can HP Ice this, I can Giga Drain or Leaf Storm that, and once this is gone I can pretty much Brave Bird and do a lot thanks to rocks. Because I think Cloister was at 60 maybe. So yeah, I crit him, Oko him. That crit probably mattered. I calced before and afterwards, and it was too tight to call. It was at a point where I think the odds of me Okoing there with this Superior were, I think there's like a 45 or 40, maybe less % chance. I can't remember the exact number, but there is a chance to Oko it, but there wasn't a definite chance. Odds on he should have lived, and yeah, that probably made a difference. I mean, it made a difference because it meant Superior could kill it. It might not have made a difference because obviously if he was at about 95%, Talonflame could kill it from there even if it's not choice banded. Thing was, there was this Cloister, I could Giga Drain it off, come back to about 50% as Whimsicott comes in, not a problem, HP Ice. He tried to substitute, that was probably just to make a move. And we won the game 2-0. So yeah, but for now, that's it guys.